I may end up using my umbrella for a different purpose from what I initially intended. I guess we will have to enjoy it as much as possible. Another morning here in Zhangzhou, China. We are heading out on an all-day excursion today to the Tulou, which are a series of buildings built in the mountains here in the south of Fujian province by the Hakka people, I think mostly between the 12th and 20th century. So yeah, we will go and discover more about the Tulou. Hopefully it should be a really interesting day. After about a 2.5 hour drive, we made it here and then had lunch straight away next to the tourist information place. It was one of the rare times that we got served chips here. Another one to add to that small list. And then we also got to try some of the teas that they were offering. And for a non-tea drinker, actually quite liked it. I think if this trip is going to change me in any form of way, it might make me into someone who can actually cope with drinking tea, or herbal teas at least. We are now starting our trip around the Tulou area. We've been told it's going to take about 3 hours in total, which unfortunately means we are going to be walking around this place in the heat of the day. Yeah, I might join the umbrella crew and put my umbrella up for some extra shade. So we have a tour guide who will be taking us around as well. And she mentioned that she lived in a Tulou when she was younger. They are sort of basically just like mini villages all packed into one big building. As about 500 people live in one Tulou, and I have sort of different floors for cooking, the living area, and then sleeping on the top floor. There are 3 main areas to visit apparently. One square Tulou, another area that is apparently popular for movie makers and filming scenes for movies, and then another place is the circular Tulou. So yeah, we will begin our journey and see what we come across. From the square Tulou, the path then continues down by the river. It's a lovely little walk. Although heat has suddenly turned into possible thunderstorm, I may end up using my umbrella for a different purpose from what I initially intended. Thunder and lightning, it got a bit exciting there. I think we're through the worst of it, just a constant drizzle, pitter-patter of rain now. But we made it to the round Tulou. Very similar to the first one, shops all around the ground floor if you want to buy souvenirs and stuff like that. Both Tulous also have a Buddhist shrine in the middle. So I think that is pretty much it. We will now head back to the bus and get out of this rain. So back here at the Sunshine Villa following yesterday's trip. I think it was a good trip overall, a nice thing to go and see, even if they were sort of rather crowded, busy with a lot of people. We have classes this morning again, but since I am off duty tomorrow morning, these are actually going to be my last 3 classes of the entire trip and these 3 weeks of doing these camps. So yeah, hopefully these final classes go well and we can have some great final Easter egg hunts, Christmas card making and bonfire night learning. Final classes just finished, and I have to say, I think we probably had some of the friendliest and best groups of students that we've had over the whole 3 weeks in these final classes. It was a really good way to finish. The Hokey Cokey proved so popular in our second class that the group next to us, who were having their lesson, decided they wanted to join us, so we had to go and find a bigger area in order to do a mass Hokey Cokey session with 2 groups of students, which was pretty cool. But now we are heading for lunch, and then this afternoon's activity or excursion is apparently a volcano and geology park. Now, as someone who has done a geography degree and geology AS level, I am very much looking forward to this excursion. Hopefully it will be right up my street. It is forecast for possible rain today and over the next few days as well. So fingers crossed that the rain doesn't ruin our trip to the volcano. We ended up with a bit of a downpour after lunch, which a group of people decided to make the most of and have a bit of a shower. But once the rain had cleared, we have made our way to the volcanic park. They seem to be trying to build some form of volcanic resort place to try and simulate Hawaii here in China. So they've got hotels and hot springs, but there's also like exhibition centers about volcanoes and stuff. So we'll see what there is here. So the place isn't quite finished, still some building work going off, and we have heard some landmines as well. And we've been stopped sort of at this uppermost part of the road. I'm pretty sure the map said there would be something up here, but it's obviously not quite finished yet. I'm assuming that if we had been here on a sunny day, that the idea would be that we would enjoy the resort and the beach That's not quite possible in this rain, but I guess we will have to enjoy it as much as possible. For the geologists out there and lovers of volcanic rocks, the main bit of interest in this volcanic park appears to be these columnar jointed basaltic rocks and the crater over here that's going into the sea. It's a lovely view. Obviously it would be better if it wasn't raining and being able to just relax on the beach and apparently feel like you are in Hawaii. So the penultimate day here on our final camp, we all managed to make it back from the volcano park yesterday without getting blown up by whatever the explosions were that they were setting off. But for today, we have the global village this afternoon, so my final time to teach the kids about Yorkshire and God's Own County. And then following the global village this evening, we have the farewell party. The final day of Camp 3 and also the last day of running any of these camps. Overall, it's been a really great experience to volunteer on these camps and interact with the children. The children obviously, are the best bit about it, and just interacting with them and the copious amounts of energy that they just bring and their interest in things and getting to know you as well as the stuff that you're teaching has just been really heartwarming and just enjoyable to be around. If I had to pick one standout moment, I think it would probably be living with a family back in Haichang during the first camp. That was a really wonderful experience, and being able to stay with them, get to know them a bit more, let them take me out to different areas of Xiamen and experience their sort of, everyday life and culture was really insightful and something I'm really glad that I got to experience while out here. That being said, it has been, challenging and tedious at some points and extremely tiring. Last night I probably hit my low in terms of energy and willpower about an hour into the farewell party. Unfortunately, there was an hour and a half still to go, so by the end of it I was really scraping the barrels and digging deep to find some energy and not just pass out and collapse on the floor and head to sleep. The global village and the bits of the party that I did have enough energy for went well. We also finished off our last signature signing and photograph taking and got some more presents, which has been, really sweet. Did not come into this thinking that I would be signing so many books and t-shirts and receiving so many gifts. That's been really lovely. And I do still plan on trying to find somewhere quiet to film a unboxing style video for you all, taking you through some of the gifts that I have been given by the kids. So keep an eye out for that video coming soon. But as of today, we are just having the closing ceremony this morning, and then after lunch we will head back to Xiamen. And then this next week is all about the other side of the cultural exchange. So we've given the kids a bit of an insight into our cultures and where we come from. And then this week they are going to take us around different places so we get more of an idea about Chinese culture. So it should be exciting to see where they take us this week. We have arrived back here in Xiamen, but no sooner had we settled into the hotel, we hopped on a bus and have headed into town. One of the leaders has taken us vegetarians out to a vegetarian restaurant. It is the same restaurant that I went to with my homestay family, so I am very much looking forward to that, as that meal is still the best one that I have had here whilst in China. So here is to filling my stomach up on some great veggie food. Another great meal at the veggie restaurant, including stuff like dumplings, baozi, spring rolls, and hot pot. We then headed to a sort of ice place and got some mango flavoured ice, red kidney beans, and then a mixture of what I think was mango, pineapple, and banana, which was really tasty. We are now being led to we're now being led into a building where we can apparently climb to the very top floor to a helipad. There's apparently 40 floors, so I'm hoping we don't have to climb all the way, and there is a lift. The view from on top of this building is absolutely stunning. I'm so glad that we got to come up here, and I really don't mind that I'm going to be in total blackness for this. You should just focus on the amazing cityscape behind me. I could literally stay up here all night. unfortunately we had to come down from the skyscraper eventually, and we are now back here on city level. Another group of the volunteers and also the Chinese TAs who have been helping us out over the past 3 weeks. They are going to a local club, so we're going to meet them there. I am definitely not the clubbing type, but I guess because I'm already out, I don't mind staying out. As long as the tunes are good, then it should be a great night. Thanks for watching the latest installment of the vlog. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to know anything about my 2 months of travelling, then make sure to hit up the comment section below with any questions or queries that you have. And if you want to keep up to date with the rest of my travels and how I end up here in Hong Kong and up on the peak to see the Hong Kong skyline, then make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification as well, so you get all the notifications about when the next videos in the vlog are coming. And I will see you then.